I want you to see and judge for yourself the extremes that Texas Republicans are going to trying to keep minority voters from the polls. This isn't some like hot take. It's not an outrage segment. It's sad. This presentation from a Harris County GOP official leaked by the advocacy group Common Cause. Just listen.
We're trying to build an army here of 10,000 people in Harris County that are motivated and highly competent folks to serve as election workers and poll watchers. I'm trying to get, encourage and recruit as a precinct chair about 30 people in my precinct that will have the confidence and courage to come down in here in these areas where we really need poll workers, because this is where the fraud is occurring, right?
Now, where that red dot was, where do you think those are? They're the heavily Black and Latino parts of Houston. Now, the Harris County Republican Party says the video blatantly mischaracterizes a grassroots election worker recruitment video to bully and intimidate Republicans. How? Texas is pushing more voter suppression bills through its legislature than any other state. And that guy was asking for the volunteers to go to that area because he says that's where the problems are. Now, is that the truth? Or is that where the problems are for Republicans because that's where the voters are that they're threatened by? Let's get after it with voting rights activist Brianna Brown of the Texas Organizing Project. It's good to meet you. So let's just go straight at it. That worker is suggesting that those areas of high density Black and Latinos are where you're going to see fraud and see fishy business at the polls. Is that a factual premise?
Absolutely not. What that video shows, it is proof that Texas Republicans' effort at passing these voter suppression laws is just that. It's not about election security. It's about voter suppression. And in this instance, it's about suppressing the vote of Black and Latino voters that have been turning out in record numbers in Harris County. And so much so that it's making Harris County a progressive stronghold. So it's absolutely a false premise. And this is a targeted effort by Texas Republicans to suppress the vote throughout Texas.
The bill, Texas Senate Bill 7, limits extended early voting hours, bans drive-through voting and drop boxes, allows poll watchers to record some voters, makes it illegal to proactively send mail-in ballot applications. Why are those so onerous to you?
The essence of those bills is about fundamentally making it harder to register to vote and harder to actually cast your ballot. Those things equal voter suppression. You led this segment with Harris County. Harris County in the 2020 election had innovations, in part response to the pandemic, but in part because the county government there is interested in expanding the electorate. So innovations like 24-hour voting centers and late night voting, those all expanded the electorate, allowing working families and students opportunities to go to the polls. So the laws that are making their way right now through the Texas legislature are a blatant attempt to shrink the electorate. And that's what Texas Organizing Project is part of a larger progressive movement to expand the electorate.
If Georgia is the template, Georgia, Texas, other red state legislatures, you're going to lose all of these battles at the legislative level because it's just a question of numbers, unless there's some shame campaign that keeps red people, listen to me, I'm as bad as everybody else, keep Republicans from voting along with this new brand of orthodoxy, which is the big lie. What does that mean in terms of your chance of stopping this wave of suppression across the country?
We're viewing this as an organizing fight. We've had a web of amazing organizations at the state ledge right now that are doing hand-to-hand combat to play defense. Organizations like Move Texas, Texas Freedom Network, and Texas Civil Rights Project. Another tentacle of the organizing fight is the work that we do at the Texas Organizing Project, is we take it to the streets. For the second time, just yesterday, we were outside the Dallas headquarters of AT&T demanding accountability and answers. And there is absolutely a role for businesses to play. Businesses, especially like AT&T, that aligned themselves following the uprisings with the Black Lives Matter movement. This is time for the end of lip service and for companies like AT&T to use their economic and political influence to help us bend history. There is still time on the clock in Texas for these laws, not for these proposed bills not to become laws. And it's going to take the totality of that organizing effort for that to happen.
Well, I know that Georgia is a scary proposition because it could be a window into the future of what happens with Texas. And Brianna Brown, you mentioned AT&T several times, and I will mention once, but loudly and definitively, AT&T, I work for them. They own Warner Television and obviously owns CNN. That is our parent company. So thank you for making the case. I appreciate you doing so, and good luck going forward.
Thank you for the invitation. Take care.
We'll speak again. Brianna Brown, thank you. We'll be right back.